Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central.
All right. Cool. Mr. Mars has a review of the Ford F-350 Dually. You have 4 minutes, and the clock is running go.
Tick-tock.
The 2023 model Ford F-350 Limited Crew Cab with four-wheel drive represents, this is the beginning of the fourth gen of the Super Duties that coming out of Ford. You can get this particular truck in 6 trim levels, XL, XLT, Lariat, King Ranch, Platinum, Limited. All of 5, other than the XL, they all come with four-wheel drive. It's a big truck. We had the Limited, obviously, so this is a full-size crew cab, dual rear-wheel drive. Carries 5 passengers very nicely. Up front, you're going to find that it's got a new revised grille, and what it does, because it's the dual rear-wheel drive model, has more airflow coming through it. It's what needs a little more juice because it needs for the towing that it's going to do. It's got heated tow mirrors that extend out from the side. You can extend them out whenever you're carrying a big load. LED lighting all around. It's got power deployable running boards. They're quick. You walk up to it, and they're out before you actually get there and need to step on them. Got a 2-panel sunroof on the inside of it, which basically opens up the whole inside of the cab. We had the sliding bed cover. We had a bed step on the side of the bed. We had a corner step on the bumper. We had a power tailgate, a tailgate step. We got all kinds of things on this vehicle. And on the inside, this is where I really was surprised to find, it has got a 2-tone leather interior seating because this is the limited edition. The front seats are heated and ventilated. The rear seat is a fold-up, but the outboard seats are actually heated. And underneath it, there's this really nice storage. Now, it has a flat floor in that rear seating area, and there's a nice storage rack there, but it folds back so that if you wanted to, you could open up that whole thing, and you could actually put a bed back there, I think.
You could sleep back there
Exactly.
underneath the seat.
Now, up front, you're going to find a 12-inch digital instrument cluster, so it's got all your readout there for the driver. Got a heads-up display to go along with that. Got a 12-inch touchscreen in the middle of it. You're going to find all your nav, your convenience controls, the 360-degree camera there, your Ford Sync 4, and your controls for your 18-speaker Bang & Olufsen audio system.
I'm ready for the price.
Now, up under the hood, to make this thing go, you have a couple of options. We had the 6.7 Power Stroke. Now, as a note, that you can get this in 2 different versions. The standard is 475 horsepower with 1,050 pound-feet of torque. Or you can get the high output Power Stroke 6.7 that has 500 horsepower, 1,200 pound-feet of torque.
Oh, my gosh.
I went through the spec sheets. I could find no difference, bore, stroke, timing, to where they came up with that
It's
other
magic.
25 sub-tuner.
Boost and fuel.
Yeah, computers did that. Now, it's backed with a 10-speed transmission. This vehicle is rated with a gooseneck, properly equipped, the vehicle, 35,000 pounds that you can tow. Now, you can put 8,000 pounds in the bed of this thing. Now, they've done a lot of things. Let me tell you this, though. Bumper, which amazed me, 28,200 you can tow off of the bumper. It's ridiculous. It's a 1-ton type vehicle, so they don't really give you an EPA rating, but I will tell you, across the 177.8 careful miles that I drove this vehicle, I got 13.2 miles per gallon.
Actually, that's
How
not
many
too
times did you curb it because it was so wide?
The guy that delivered it curbed it, and I didn't have to. One of the great things about this thing, I really found, because they've done a lot of things. I printed out a whole sheet here that goes along with this truck to help you because of the size of this vehicle. It has an onboard scaler, so if you start putting weight in the bed, it can tell you how much weight you got in there, so you know how much more you can put in there, so you don't overload it. It's got you can put in the computer the size and the weight of the trailer, and it'll compute the load balance after you've got it all hooked up and make sure you've got a balanced load on this thing before you even leave.
That's pretty high tech.
It's got some serious tech on it. And when you get out on the road power-wise, I mean, it's a diesel, and it's a Power Stroke, and it's smooth, and a 10-speed transmission shifts just slick as butter. And you going down the road, you're king of the road. You really feel like you are, and he's got a great field of view on the way this thing is laid out.
Get out of the way because it's wide.
It is. And all the controls are within reach. You got a lot of auxiliary switches that you can use for upfitting. It's really, this truck is made to do what this truck is doing. Now, I will tell you, the base model Super Duty XL starts at $50,710. Now, the base trim price for this particular vehicle, best I could calculate and find on the Ford site, is $99,165.
Oh, of course it is.
To start with.
Pre-production, so I did not have a Monroney to nail down an exact price.
Guessing it would be.
I would say around 111, 112. You know, it's a little bit cheaper than the Raptor, but I mean, and that's just a wild ass guess.
Yeah.
If you're going to compare it to something, you might look at the 23 GMC Denali 3500, which I found started at 91.7, and then the 2023 Ram Limited 3500. Again, big trucks, dually, starts at 91,000. So they're all, when you get up into that category of heavy-duty truck, do you want to do some serious towing? You got to figure you're going to spend 90 plus.
This program is available 24/7 on iHeartRadio. Just look for In Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and InWheelTime.com.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.